Okay, so what we're going to do here in this video, I'm going to show you the difference between a surge for Lyft versus surge for Uber. It's drastic. If you're an Uber driver, and you come over to Lyft, you'll be so discouraged. In fact, I feel like, and I may be wrong, I've been doing it for about 3 months, and I do it full time, but I feel like I have only had maybe 3 surge rides in that whole time. I mean, we're talking about every Friday night, every Saturday night, a lot of rush hour. In fact, some of my surge has come definitely, or at least one of them came outside of a Friday or Saturday. But I can only point to 2 that I remember. So, I mean, I may have had as many as 4, but probably some were minimum rides, so it barely made an impact. Anyway, the screenshot you're looking at here, disregard the earnings and all that. Just look at the boxes where it says Nashville and see how Lyft does boxes. Obviously, the darker it is, I guess that's where it's 150%. The lighter colored boxes up there where it says East Nashville, that must be just a 0.25 increase. So that is Lyft. Let me show you, and clearly you can see downtown in the heart of Nashville is where it's darkest. That's where the surge is 1.5. Okay, this is Uber at the exact same moment. 2:38 a.m., 2:38 a.m. Look at that. So, if you get a ride anywhere in Nashville pretty much at that time, you're going to get a surge. Not true with Lyft. Consequently, you'll see my little blue dot there on Lyft. I'm definitely in the area. I got a ride that wasn't a surge at that time. Going back to Uber, it's massive. And if you were to zoom in, this is what you'll see. 3 times when you blow it up and you zoom in into the dark red spot. So 3 times versus 1.5. 3 times for a huge area, almost entire downtown area, and 1.5 for probably most of the relevant downtown area. But it's nice because even if somebody on Uber is not in the heart of it, it's still a resource that gets pulled away from the busy section. See, it makes sense on Uber. So as much fussing as I've done, now that this is my first video about Lyft, and go figure that, it's going to be negative. But, yeah, Lyft, Uber. Yeah, if you're a driver, Uber is going to be better for you, so certainly during bar closings or after concerts let out, every time. I really don't know what Lyft is good for, to be honest. I wasn't going to make this a review of Lyft because I was just going to focus on that. It was going to be a quick video, but I might as well go into it. Yes, Lyft does some things that are nice for the drivers. Uber does nothing for the drivers, which is bad for the drivers. Uber, I've done a video, told you their whole story. Look, you turn it on, you work, end of story. No incentives, no bonuses, nothing. Surge is it. On Lyft, quite a few things. I mean, they have tipping. That's awesome. Around here, they like to advertise 60%. I've looked, mine's about 50% of the rides tip. Yeah, I'm still not happy with Uber over the tipping thing, and until they add it, I won't be. It's a crock of shit, their story that they're telling us, because they say it's discriminatory. But there's another reason why Uber's not doing it, and they're not telling us. Some business reason, or some tax reason, some logistical, some programming. There's some other reason, and they're just hiding under the cover of that damn study that college did. I've done a whole video on it, but Lyft does tipping. Lyft, as you can see down here, this screen does tell you some information. See, it says 20% bonus. There's 3 circles. The first one is your acceptance ratio. You have to accept at least 90% of your rides that week. The second one is peak time rides. That kind of hangs you up, but this particular weekend, I worked a lot of peak periods, and peak, I'm going to be honest, I don't completely understand how it works. I would think a surge ride would qualify as peak. It may or it may not. I tend to think that it does, but there are hours, and it doesn't have to be surge, where you'll get a peak ride. If it's between those hours, like rush hour and nearly most of the day on Saturday, and bar times, those and rush hour, I mean, those are peak periods. If you pick up a ride during peak time, that counts as a peak ride. And in the last circle, which you see, mine's a little more than half at this time, was just you have to meet a certain number of rides in a week. And so for the 20% bonus, I'm 100% acceptance. I am 100% on my peak rides, but I still have to give more rides in general. And that's actually kind of unique. It doesn't normally look that way. Usually it's reverse. It's easier to get more regular rides, and then you're trying to fill in your peak rides. In this case, it was actually reverse at this particular time, but which is good, because that looks like, oh, I'm definitely going to hit it. Now, what was the date on this? This was probably a Saturday night. So, actually, I probably won't hit that 20% bonus. I haven't hit it, but, I mean, just looking at it, you can tell. I think it's 70 rides you have to give. So, it looks like I've given about 40. So, I'd have to give another 30. That's not going to happen in one day. I mean, it could with Uber, but it's not going to happen with Lyft, especially on a Sunday. So anyway, it's nice that they offer the fact that you get that 10 and 20% back. But first of all, the fares are cheaper on Lyft. They don't surge as often. Even when they do surge, it's hard to get it. I've been with Uber so long, I'm still at the 80-20 point system instead of the 75-25, but I'm new with Lyft, so I'm at 75-25, so I make more with Uber, and it wouldn't matter. Even if I was a 75-25 on Uber, I would make more with Uber. Uber is busier. Lyft does not have enough riders, and there are tons of drivers that have signed up for it because they give this huge bonus. So there's a lot of Uber drivers that are, on their first month with Lyft trying to get that bonus. So they've got to give so many rides. So it's a small piece of the pie. I've literally waited almost, this morning I waited 2 hours in between rides to give a ride on Lyft. That would never happen with Uber, in Nashville anyway. 2 hours. And now I am almost on 2 hours again at another point in the day. That's 4 hours sitting. Well, hell, I've only been working since, 8:30? It's almost 2:30? 6 hours, and 4 of it I've been sitting? Lyft in Nashville sucks. I can't wait to go back to doing Uber full time. Even with the tipping and the bonus money, It's not worth it. If you're a driver and you're considering the two, now let me just sum it up. You're going to be happier with Uber because you're going to stay busy and you're going to get more rides. I could blow my brains out sitting in the car. I feel so guilty watching Netflix and reading books. It is such a waste of time. I mean, it's not real. It is a waste of time. I'm here to make money. And this is a horrible way to spend your time. Bonuses included, tips included. Lyft isn't busy enough. Uber's won the marketing war. Anyway, that's my thing on the two of them. Y'all have a good day. Make it a great day. Whatever. Nobody else will do it for you.